Welcome into GroomersTake, where we are going to look at our last matchup today. That's right, the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Let's get into some firepower for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It looks pretty good. On the front line, you have Willie Nylander along with Austin Matthews and Zach Hyman. Of course, Nylander, he's had a really good season. Matthews has done Matthews things. He's an absolute sniper with that great release. And then you have Zach Hyman, the workhorse on the line. He's the guy that gets the puck back, as one person used to say. On the second line, you have Tavares with Marner. They've worked really well. And another guy who has done really well with coming back during this break because of injury is Ilya Mikheyev. Mikheyev looked really good in the one exhibition game. I like the skill that he has. I think he'll be a good complement to Tavares and Marner on the second line. Let's compare it to some firepower that the Columbus Blue Jackets have. They've got a pretty balanced lineup. On their top line, they have Pierre-Luc Dubois centering Oliver Borgstrand and Alex Texier. Texier is a workhorse. I think he's going to be a good player in the NHL. Pierre-Luc Dubois has elite status written all over him. And Oliver Borgstrand ended this season before the stoppage on an absolute tear. He was on pace for 65 points and over 30 goals. We'll see if he can do it in this series. On the second line, they have Wenberg and Atkinson. Atkinson came back from an injury. He's a 40-goal scorer. He can put the puck in the net. And then you have Foligno. Nick Foligno is going to make everybody's life miserable on that Toronto bench. He's going to be in their face. He's going to be hurting them in the corner. It is going to be a tough series for this Toronto Maple Leaf team. The Columbus Blue Jackets are going to bang them up as much as they possibly can. Let's look at some depth that the Leafs have on their bottom six. This third line with Nick Robertson coming up from the AHL. Some people didn't think he was going to play. I watched a little bit of him in the exhibition game against Montreal. I think he's going to be a good player. He has one heck of a release. He's young, maybe has some learning to do, but I think he can stay with this line of Alexander Kerfoot and Kasperi Kapanen. That could be a deadly line. It's fast. We'll see how it goes. Then you have your bit of a slower line for the Leafs on their fourth unit with Clifford, Gauthier, and Jason Spezza. I don't know about this fourth line. Yes, it has experience with Spezza and Clifford. Clifford winning a Stanley Cup in LA, but the skill isn't as there as it used to be. The speed is definitely not there, but we'll see how it matches up. Maybe they can gel and figure something out together. Let's compare it to the Columbus Blue Jackets bottom six. I really like this third line in Boone Jenner centering it. He can bang you up too. He can put the puck in the net, make things difficult for the Leafs. And you have Liam Foudy, a young kid, and Nyquist who came over. Nyquist is a good veteran presence on this team, on this line, who will be very helpful to them. And on this last line, you have Robinson, Nash, and Bemstrom. I don't know much about them. I think they're going to have a tougher time if they are given the task to try shutting down for maybe that second or third line of the Toronto Maple Leafs. However, if they go up against the Leafs' fourth line all the time, I don't see that happening. I think they will outplay the Leafs' fourth line. So firepower, I'm going to give it to the Leafs, with names like Matthews, Nylander, Tavares, and Marner right there. But when you even look at depth, I think it's a bit harder to say with 1, 2, 3. That third line of Columbus is really good. But overall, I will give the depth for the forwards to the Toronto Maple Leafs with skill and experience combined. Let's get into some defensive pairings that the Toronto Maple Leafs have. We all know, us Leaf fans and a lot of people out there, defense has not been the strong point for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And just because they haven't played in 4.5 months, that's not going to change. They didn't get better over that 4.5 months. They're still the same guys. Let's just see if they can pull it out and stick it together. They have some skill. They have Muzzin and Hall on the top. I like the way Hall has been playing. Muzzin's going to be a Leaf for a while. He can bang you around, but also contribute with an apple here and there. Then you have Riley and Ceci. Of course, Morgan Riley is the best defenseman that the Leafs have. I think he's a stud. He's had a bit of a slower year, but he's still capable of big things. Cody Ceci, I can't say the same. Sometimes he looks lost. Sometimes he looks great. I don't even know what to say. Then on the third line, you have Travis Dermott with Tyson Barrie. Looking at this on paper, it seems like it'd be a really good line. But the trade for Barrie has really not worked out. Barrie has done nothing to say that what he did in Colorado, he did not transfer that over to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maybe for the last this last little bit of the season in this playoff run, he can turn it on the way they thought they were going to get when they traded for him, because the Leafs ain't signing this guy after this season. Travis Dermott, different story. He's a great skater, skates with the puck very well, young kid. He's an up-and-comer too. So let's see if the Leafs can put this together. Compared to absolute studs on the blue line for the Columbus Blue Jackets, their top pairing with Werenski and Seth Jones. Absolute dual threat. You put these guys together, you're not just worried about the forwards they have, you're worried about these two defensemen joining the rush and putting the puck in the net. Werenski, Jones playing together is absolutely elite. They're not on the same power play, I don't believe, but it's hard not to just pick one of them for that power play unit. They're both studs, and then they have Savard and Ryan Murray, who are guys who could bang it around, not as much skill. And then Gavikurov, I'm not sure who that is, and Kukan, again, I'm not sure who that is. I'm going to give the firepower for the defense to the Columbus Blue Jackets just because of Zach Werenski and Seth Jones. They're absolutely elite defensemen. When you're looking at the defense as in depth, I would give it to the Leafs. But I mean, overall, the Leafs you can't say that the Leafs have shown us anything that they can actually play defense. So I'm going to give it to the Blue Jackets because I think they play more of a defensive-minded game. So now we got to move on to the goaltenders. We got Freddie Anderson and, of course, Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell coming over from the Los Angeles Kings around the trade deadline. Freddie Anderson, everyone says he starts slow here and there. Will he able to... and in the shortened series, 5 games max, will he be able to turn it on early enough? I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be absolutely fine. He looked in good form. He's a very good goaltender. He needs a little bit of help from this defense and this forward group, though, to keep the puck out of the zone and don't give the puck away. Don't give them elite chances. In that exhibition game, the goals that went in, nothing he can do. He played very well, but Anderson will have to come out of the gate pretty hot because the goalies for Columbus, Merzlikins and Korpisalo might get the nod, but Merzlikins is the goalie of the future. He's a young kid. He's got absolutely fantastic numbers. You can argue if Korpisalo has a bad first period or first game, Merzlikins is coming in right away for sure. This is the thing in a short series. Whoever's hot, you got to go with that player. So what are we going to do? We're going with the Toronto Maple Leafs overall. I think Columbus is going to get one, but I think the firepower of the Leafs, the fact that they can put the puck in the net with those two top lines so easily, the Leafs are going to take the series 3-1. So there you go. We wrapped up all 8 series. The puck drops tomorrow. Let's see. If you liked watching these, folks, give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a like anyway, and then comment in the comment section what you didn't like if you disagreed, because we all love the content. We want to talk about it. I love talking about sports. Let's get this puck dropped. Enjoy. I'll talk to you.